Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. What? The slides are ready? I can't believe it. Anyways, let me see who was here first. Mary H., thank you so much. Lydia Washington. Let us see. Cherry Traveler, Rodney Jackson, and a host of friends and others. Well, let me show you this. Very interesting. This is from 17 April of 2017. And what does it say? Prince Harry is a torch in our darkness, says veteran who have battled mental health issues. Corporal Phil Eaglesham, there you go, Eaglesham. Okay, Eaglesham. Um, First met Harry in 2014, the same year that the 35-year-old Royal Marine tried to take, I can't say that because of the algorithm, tried to delete himself. There you go. And Eaglesham of Taunting, Somerset, who married, who is married with three boys, aged 13, 10, and 6, was just days from finishing his second tour of Afghanistan in 2010 when he contracted Q fever, a rare bacterial infection caused by spores in the earth being kicked up in heavy fighting. It had already been a brutal tour for his unit, 40 commandos who were posted in Sangin at the time, the most dangerous district in Afghanistan, with 14 lost, including some of Corporal Eaglesham's close friends. When he eventually made it back to England, he was so weak by his illness that he couldn't lift his head. Couldn't lift up his newborn. Could not lift up his newborn. That had to be a very, very, um, I guess, helpless feeling is the only way you could put it. That had to be a very, very helpless feeling. And I think under those circumstances, anyone would have felt incredibly helpless. But anyway, this just goes to show how different the tone is today compared to the way they reported, um, shall we say, pre stepping down from royal duty. I don't use that M word because I think it is um, very misogynistic against Meghan, of course. The word is rooted in misogyny. And as far as I'm concerned, should never be used. Um, and well, anyway, you know how it is. So um, it just goes to show how the tone has changed over time because everything is blamed on Megan. And gosh, I was just watching what's his name. Um, uh, oh gosh, I can't remember the guy's name. He's in Africa. What do they call the channel? You know, he always says, "My family." Anyway, he was convinced, or he's convinced, that the whole point of it is to have Harry and and not Megan, and certainly not the children. That they just want Harry back. And they gotta be desperate. They have got to be desperate. I know that they are desperate. I have said this day after day after day. They have a very weak hand that they're playing right now. Um, Anne is gone. Anne, the so-called hardest working royal is down. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? I knew. I mean, and listen, I'm not the only one. A lot of people saw it coming that after the coronation, they don't have anything for years. But at the very least, they could have had that Sussex magic. I'm sorry, just getting myself comfortable here. They could have had that Sussex magic. Um, which of course, black girl magic. They could have had that. Harry said that everything that they hoped for was there. You had Harry, you had Meghan. They would have been magic with the Commonwealth. And again, I'm kind of glad the way things worked out because I wouldn't want either one of them to be a part of this Empire 2.0. And the whole idea of the Commonwealth is not letting go of the empire. Same thing. That is a empire in just about every way you could think of, except without having a vast army and navy all over the world. Same thing. Because everybody knows that the people that benefit the most are the aristocrats in the UK, right? And then, of course, it trickles down to the rest of society. So, yeah, I'm glad they're not a part of that. I'm glad they are so far away from that that it makes your head spin. But Harry ain't coming back. And I just don't think they've accepted it. This is like the stages of grief. We are literally watching them go through the stages of grief. The only thing is, the anger stage is where they're stuck. They're stuck in anger. They have gone through denial. They've gone through the shock. They've gone through all that stuff, but they are stuck on angry. They just cannot let it go. Okay, so taking part in a documentary about phone hacking, he tells our reporter Becca Berry, I guess it's Rebecca Berry, right? Why he's fighting to expose what he says are the illegal activities of Britain's tabloid newspapers. Hugh Grant, Charlotte Church, Paul Gascoigne also speak tabloids on trial, ITV. So again, that is on July the 25th. So I made a little short video, and no, it's not your imagination. I realized that the music was just a little bit too loud, the background music. So I'll be very careful about that in the future. But there's nothing I can do about it now. But yeah, I'm not. Well, tell you what. Who knew this was happening? Who knew this was happening? Oh, I just got a super thanks. How come I don't? Oh, that must have been for. Oh, okay, that was for a different video. But thank you so much for that. I don't know if you're watching right now. They're probably just finished watching, or oh, it says congratulations, Baron. Okay, Prince Harry's friends push back. Okay, thank you so much. Let me see. Shelly LaFour, thank you very much. Yeah, I got a notification on my. Anyway, thank you. All right. Elaine Parker. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for being here. Okay. So, and then over here, Becca Berry says, excited for you all to see this ITV documentary about phone hacking that we've been busy working on. And yet, where are the leaks? Where are the leaks? Thank goodness nobody leaked about this. It has been leak free. So that is extraordinary. That is incredibly extraordinary. And I'm guessing she may have gone to California. I'm guessing she had to go to California for this, or maybe they met up halfway or something like that. Well, anyway, as you know, in Montecito, there are no leaks. There are no leaks in Montecito. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And what is that? Happy birthday to Jan Martin in the chat. She does not always get to join us live. Well, happy birthday, Jan Martin, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Oh, there you go. Jan is here. There you go, Jan. Thank you so much for being here. And happy birthday to you. Many happy returns of the day. So, Chris Ship with a P, not a T, announced, I think he was the first one off the blocks with the news, because it seems like everyone was posting him first. And let me see, 12 a.m. Whose time, though? Certainly not ours. Okay, but anyway, so new ITV announced Prince Harry has taken part in a documentary about phone hacking. He tells our reporter Becky Berry why he is fighting to expose what he says are illegal activities of Britain's tabloid newspapers. Hugh Grant, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we saw that. And Zandy, that is, Sussex says, in a new documentary, Prince Harry will speak on why he's fighting to expose illegal phone hacking activities of the British tabloid. Somebody got to do it. So I think you all remember this situation right here, right? Well, okay. Um, Turns out that Rebecca person, Becky was the one, like, oh my God, Becky. Oh my God, Becky. Remember how they used to say that? Oh my God, Becky. Look at her butt. Like, totally. Okay. So, like, oh my God. Oh my God. Look at her butt. So, let me see here. I'm going to play the little sound for you. Going to play that little sound from that situation. Haha. Okay, I thought I was. Let me try that again. Oh, you know what? I can't do it from there. I was in the wrong place. I was totally in the wrong place. Oh, tomorrow's going to be a busy day, you all. It is going to be a busy, busy day.
Harry, ITV News here. What's your message to the British press? Good morning. Are you feeling confident today, Harry? You've said it's your duty to exploit. Harry, you said it's your duty to expose wrongdoing by the British media. Is this what this is about?
I want you to listen to that again. I'm not so sure. Now, listen, I always say trust Harry, right? Don't I always say that? However, I'm not so sure how much I like this person, this Becca person. Did you hear that slip? Did you hear how she slipped and she said, Harry? Well, I'll let you listen again. She almost slipped and said, exploit.
Harry, ITV News here. What's your message to the British press? Good morning. Are you feeling confident today, Harry? You've said it's your duty to exploit. Harry, you said it's your duty to expose wrongdoing by the British media. Is this what this is about?
So again, that is Rebecca Berry. That is Rebecca Berry. That is from 32723. How dare you talk to him about exploiting? Now, call that a Freudian slip if you like, but I call it a moment of clarity. She let slip the real thing that she wanted to say. Now, okay, it may have just been a slip of the tongue. Maybe she didn't mean anything by it, but I still don't like her. I don't like her already. But yeah, so she was the reporter that was outside the courthouse that day. Harry, Harry. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. You know what? A slip like that definitely deserves the look. Okay? A slip like that deserves. Okay. Okay. Now that's what Harry kind of gave her the look. Don't you think Harry kind of gave her the look? See, Harry has been around black people a lot, and you can tell. You can tell because he's got the look. He's got the look. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, he's doing it. He's definitely given the look. Anyways, Prince Harry takes aim at tabloid phone hacking in new sit-down interview for documentary. Prince Harry's next interview has been revealed on July 10th. ITV announced that the Duke of Sussex participated in a new documentary about phone hacking. Tabloids on Trial is slated to premiere on Thursday, July the 25th. ITV Royals editor Chris Ship with a P, not a T, wrote on X. He tells our reporter Rebecca Berry why he's fighting to expose what he says are illegal activities of Britain's tabloid newspapers. Now, the thing that I don't know a lot about is the Charlotte Church, and I know absolutely nothing about Paul Gaskin. But Charlotte Church, I remember when she first became this big uh, sensation for her angelic voice, and I'm just like, what in the world did they do to that poor girl? But that's okay. Don't bother to tell me. I'm gonna have to find out on my own because I I know something happened, and I know it has something to do with them trying to get her to work for free, or they were threatening her in some kind of way. I'm telling you, the tabloid media is the world's biggest protection racket. That's what they are. They're a protection racket. So, the Hollywood Reporter said the documentary here's about his mission to continue his fight to expose the illegal tactics of Britain's tabloid press and explore what those in charge at Fleet Street really knew as this scandal unfolded. Well, they knew everything. They participated, so I mean, what? What do you mean? What did they know? They knew. That was their life's blood. That was their bread and butter. Anyway, um, we'll catch up with that later. So here is a photo of Harry I've never seen before, but I'm telling you, our Harry, they snap pictures of him when he least expected. When he least expected, they snap. They just got him. Po Harry. In December 2023, Harry emerged. Okay, this is all the stuff from that article. Yeah, I think we're good. This is all stuff that we've covered about the trial. And to be honest with you, I cannot keep these trials in complete order because it's just one after the other, but it's all necessary, so no complaints. The announcement about the tabloids on trial come ahead of Prince Harry's appearance at the 2024 ESPY Awards in Los Angeles. Okay, we're good. Now, liked by, what is it? I can never say that. Is it Gene Lightway Academy? It's been 2 months exactly since the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry, and Meghan visited our school to kick off the GeneCo, there you go, Foundation Mental Health Summit. We are still excited about the visit and what we learned. So I think we have seen at least half of these photos, but there was a couple of new ones in there. Words do matter. Hi, thank you for being here. Okay, I'm going to say the one on the left I have not seen. The one on the right, possibly not. But they posted these. Definitely on the left, definitely on the right. I'm not sure. This one, I'm going to say yes. Now, I have a little sound bite to play for you from, by the way, she is looking gorgeous. I don't know what it is, but ever since she announced her new makeup line, she has been looking amazing.
Hey guys, I'm here at the ESPY rehearsals getting prepped for the show day. I am hosting the ESPYs this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ABC. Get ready. Hey guys, I'm here at the ESPY rehearsals getting prepped for the show day. I am hosting the ESPYs this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ABC. Get ready.
You know, I love her voice. She is so good at it. No wonder they're asking her to host. I see it now. You know, you think that a person is satisfied to be like the greatest women's tennis player of all time. And, you know, what other talents could they possibly have? Well, we know that she's an entrepreneur and she's a mom, but I think doing this television stuff is like this hidden talent because anyway, I know she's going to do great and we're going to see her tomorrow. So looking forward to that. All right. And then there was like a little short interview and I got that one too.
In rehearsals, and it's going okay. I don't know. Oh my God, I'm definitely nervous. Oh.
I imagine you're not intimidated by large crowds, but this is new territory. So how?
Okay, I am totally intimidated by large crowds when I'm not playing tennis.
Right. So you're not playing tennis here. So
Well, there you go. I mean, another option is just to put on a tennis outfit and grab a racket and grab some balls and maybe just start hitting or something.
Is that a preview of what we might see on the court? Who are you excited to see?
This is the year for ladies in sport, and I'm excited to see all the ladies kind of rule the ESPYs and just be super awesome.
Okay, one more time. One more time.
I've been in rehearsals and it's going okay. I don't know. Oh my God, I'm definitely nervous. Oh.
I imagine you're not intimidated by large crowds, but this is new territory. So how?
Okay, I am totally intimidated by large crowds when I'm not playing tennis.
Right. So you're not playing tennis here. So
well, there you go. I mean, another option is just to put on a tennis outfit and grab a racket and grab some balls and maybe just start hitting or something.
Is that a preview of what we might see on the court? Who are you excited to see?
This is the year for ladies in sport, and I'm excited to see all the ladies kind of rule the ESPYs and just be super awesome. I've been in rehearsal.
Okay. Okay. So it was so good we had to do it twice. Let's see. So Serena Williams sold her clothes on Home Shopping Network for years. I didn't know that. I knew she had a clothing line, but I didn't know that she had partnered with the Home Shopping Network. That is really cool. Well, like I said, she is an entrepreneur. Rafaela, what is going on? Did I miss anything? Oh my goodness. Fast greeting, my dear friends, because I go in the hospital for a medical visit. My shoulder, sorry, see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. God bless all you. All right. Thank you, Rafaela Bertoni, for checking in with us. We really appreciate it. And of course, we will be sending our prayers. Thank you so much. Yeah. I love the hair. I love the hair. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I think maybe she lost I think she lost a little weight because she has like a certain contour to her face right now that, I mean, she had a nice angle before, but I think there's the combination of the hair and her new makeup line, and maybe she lost a few pounds, maybe. Yeah. I'm glad she retired though. I really am because um being a new mom and trying to, you know, if she was younger and she was a new mom instead of, you know, being older, a new mom and holding on to that world-class tennis status, that was a lot to take on. That was a lot. So, and I know she had that blood clot, so I'm glad she retired. She has like a whole business empire to to I mean, she had a lot going on. And I'm always worried when I see someone working so hard, you know, that always I'm always like that about Harry. And I was like that about Harry and Meghan when they went to Nigeria. I'm like, when do you all rest? When do you rest? I was exhausted from that. I think that's when I got sick. I caught a cold that week or the week after because I was just worn down from all the excitement. Yeah, I think I got sick after that. That was the first time I had been sick since the start of the pandemic. Speak the truth, even if your voice shakes. And thank you to the squatty that posted that earlier today. But oh, I love that. We'll let that be the last word of the day. Although I'm not done yet, but speak the truth, even if your voice shakes. That is profound. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, she has a lot of, I'm sure that I don't even know half the stuff that Serena has going on, but she is a high achieving individual that has a whole lot going on. I mean, energy like a nuclear submarine energy. Yeah, like a nuclear aircraft carrier. Just she can go out to sea for years before she has to take a rest. Very, very energetic. Okay. Oh, here's another one. Think big. Dream big, believe big, and the results will be, guess what? Big, big. The Invictus Games. Yes. All right, so Harry praises and congratulates UK personnel selected for first. Did I cut that off? I did cut that off. Um, Gosh, what did I miss? Oh, okay, I cut something off there. I don't know what it was, but anyway, the Duke of Sussex has paid tribute to the passion, determination, and resilience of wounded, injured, and sick serving UK personnel and veterans who will compete in the first Invictus Games, including winter sports 64 first Invictus Games to include, all right, I'm sorry, I got lost for a second there. To include winter sports, 64 make up the squad, including 60 competitors and 4 reserves who will travel to Vancouver and Whistler in Canada in February. Prince Harry said, "Congratulations to those selected for Team UK for our first ever Invictus Games in Vancouver, Whistler next February. Team UK will join over 500 competitors from across 20 nations in this groundbreaking event that expands the range and profile of winter adaptive sports. These games present an incredible opportunity for our courageous service personnel and veterans to demonstrate their skills in new challenges like alpine skiing, snowboarding, and skeleton. If you remember, that's when Harry was like sliding headfirst down the thing there, as well as providing a truly memorable experience for their families. We're excited to see their passion, determination, and resilience on full display as they take on this new chapter. The games were established by Prince Harry in 2014 as an international adaptive multi sport event to help wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women serving and veterans. So now, you guys, hi, Carlene Beckford. On a more serious note, I have to tell you, I did not realize that it was the 40th anniversary of the Falkland Island War 2 years ago. So yesterday, I watched a documentary. I did not realize how many soldiers and sailors were lost in the conflict. Also, listening to the accounts of the people from Argentina, over 300 veterans, and I believe all of them were men, over 300 men deleted themselves. My heart sank when I heard that, because the war, if you if you remember the Falkland Island War, they had a military junta, a pseudo dictator government, and because things were going so terrible in Argentina, they decided to invade the Falklands. Now, there had been negotiations going on with that for years. And pretty much Britain was trying to run the clock down, hoping that they would lose interest. And of course, at a certain point, they decided to take a big chunk of the defense force away, which I believe was I think they had one ship that did a patrol or something like that anyway. And that was like the green light for Argentina. And I won't bore you with the long drawn out details, but I just had no idea how big the conflict was. I remember the war. I remember, the 2 weeks it took for the HMS Invincible, which I thought was the weirdest name for a aircraft carrier. I remember the sinking of the battleship, not battleship, but I think it was a frigate or whatever, the Sheffield, and whatever ship that was for the Argentinians that sank. I remember all that stuff. Not in sharp detail. I mean, that was 40 years ago. But I just didn't realize how big the conflict was. I mean, it was a real conflict. And a lot of people lost their lives. Um, some of them are still buried there on the Falkland Islands. So, and I thought about the Invictus Games and how those 300 people could have benefited from something like this. That was the first thing that came to my mind. If there was something like the Invictus Games, or anything for that matter, for the longest time, the Argentinian government did not even recognize the veterans. They brought them home in the dark of night and did not want them to talk about it. The guy whoever the dictator was, he didn't last long. It did set them back on the path of democracy, which is a good thing. But it was like, when it was over with, what was the point of it? What was the point of it? Oh, God. It was. I'm not sorry I watched it, because I kind of like to get caught up on that, because I just remember it from at the time, and there was a lot of things that were not being reported on both sides. There was a lot of things that was being underreported, or reported, or not reported at all. But yeah, it was a real thing. It wasn't as limited in scope as I thought it was. So that was very interesting. Okay, let me see here. Taking a look at a couple of your comments here. Hi, Ingrid Sowers. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so did you all know that this happened? I saw this for the first time actually about an hour or so ago. What's that? Marcia says, it's petty that all that was lost in lives taken because of the Falkland War. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I think that in all there was on both sides, I think there was about, oh gosh, maybe 250 on the UK side and about 450 on the Argentinian side. I don't remember the exact numbers, but oh my God, it was awful. It was awful. And there's a lot of people that still are suffering from PTSD. There's a lot of people that lost their loved ones at sea, and they have a memorial on the islands. And yeah, if I can find the documentary, I will put it on the community thing. But it was so interesting. It was like an hour and a half long, and I was like, oh, I'll just watch a little bit of it. I couldn't tear myself away from it. Yeah, I could not tear myself away from it. I'm just like, how come I didn't know all this? But it was, I cannot get past what a waste of time it was. And it's not a judgment against Argentina because they feel as though that was their sovereign territory. But the reason they went to war in the first place was because they were trying to raise the morale in a country that was already suffering financially. So, again, what was the point of it? I mean, I understand the idea of your own territory and everything, but I don't even think there was one Argentinian in the whole population of what, 4 or 5,000 people. Now, if there was oil there, I could understand, you know, if there was like this big oil field or something like that. Of course, that you could not ignore that kind of money, that kind of possible wealth, because I don't think there's a lot of resources in Argentina. But to send those young men out there to fight, um, yeah, it just seemed terrible. And I'm going to tell you I'm going to wrap this up about Argentina, but or the Falklands, or as they call it, the Malvinas. Um, Let me see what was I going to say. Even today, this is what really surprised me. Even today, there's a whole new generation of young people in Argentina that have gotten tattoos with the Falkland Islands, the Malvinas. They have gotten tattoos. With everything else going on, they still want their islands back. And I'm like, seriously? It's their prerogative. It's their prerogative. But seriously? Yeah. So anyway, that's it. I did not realize that it was still a big issue, but it is. And there's a whole generation that weren't even alive at the time, and they are still very, very upset. So that was a shock. All right. So let me get to this right here. Yep. I was this old before I found out about that.
First, there's been some reporting by my colleagues in the British press that His Majesty King Charles would like to visit his grandchildren in California and could do so in conjunction with a state visit. Has there been any discussion, or will there be any discussion between President Biden and...
Could you all hear that? It's not very loud. If you could not hear it, I'll play it again. But he says that amongst his colleagues or fellow journalists, there has been talk about King Charles coming for a state visit and that he would want to visit his grandchildren. Could you all hear that? Let me start it over.
First, there's been some reporting by my colleagues in the British press that His Majesty King Charles would like to visit his grandchildren in California and could do so in conjunction with a state visit. Has there been any discussion, or will there be any discussion between President Biden and Prime Minister Starmer about such a visit?
So I don't have anything to share. That is something, obviously, that the State Department and NSC would certainly engage on if that were to be the case. As you know, the new Prime Minister will be here for the NATO alliance. I just mentioned that there will be a bilat between President Biden and the new Prime Minister. So the President looks forward to that. An upcoming visit that involves the King Charles.
My neck.
First, there's been some.
Okay, there you go. So, I kind of don't want that to happen. I don't want it to happen because Charles is a very slippery eel, and not an electric eel, just a slippery eel. And if something like that happens, it would only be to benefit him. I don't know what to think of it. First of all, I don't believe that Charles would go to California. He's not in the best of shape, whatever they say. And that would be a bit of a hardship, him going to Washington, D.C., and then going to California. And as the monarchs get older, they spend less time abroad, right? If anything, maybe the invitation for the Sussexes to come to the White House, it's making my head spin. I don't know. It's making my head spin. First of all, I doubt it. And second of all, I could see the Sussexes wanting their children to visit the White House if that invitation was extended. But then that would mean photos. And I'm not feeling that. So yeah, that's the only thing I could think of, is that in all likelihood, if there was something like that was arranged, and I wouldn't say that it's impossible or out of the realm of possibilities for there to be some type of meeting if he comes here. I think the bigger likelihood is that nothing will happen. He'll come, he'll visit, and that's that. I'm sure that Charles will come to Washington because I think if he has a list of things that he wants to check off, going to Washington as the king would be way too tempting to miss out on. And in all likelihood, he may want to do that before the election, just in case, the election doesn't turn out the way I'm hoping it does. Maybe he'll want to do it before that, right? So let's say that it's a busy time for the White House. However, for America's closest ally, right, I think they would make the time. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll know better after Keir Starmer makes his visit. We'll know better. Mm. And then what if there is a secret visit, right? What if there's a secret visit where perhaps we know the Sussexes are there, but we don't know whether or not the children are there? And that we would hear about it after the fact. Oh, yeah, you're right about that. I forgot about that monster. I forgot about that monster. And see, uh, well, hmm, there's certain things that I don't feel comfortable saying in mixed company, so I just won't. I won't do it. But my imagination runs wild where Charles, the Sussexes, and of course those children are concerned. So I'll just say I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay, next. So the disappearing timeline of Rose Hanbury. The disappearing timeline of Rose Hanbury. Um, so I did read the article, and I'm going to make one of my videos from the article. The article is huge. Do you hear me? This article is huge. War and Peace is easier to get through. Okay. The Prince of Tides. I read that years ago. It was easier to get through the Prince of Tides. This was huge. So the good thing is I'm all done with the recording. I will probably have the video available tomorrow or maybe the next day. So if you haven't gotten to the article, don't despair. Just you could wait for the video. Um, I'm not going to have all of the photos in sync like I would normally do, because editing those videos like that takes all day. And I'd rather get it to you sooner rather than later. So again, I'm not going to have all of the photos in sync. Um, you'll just have to use your imagination. But doing the recording part, oh my God, that takes a lot. So just wait for it. But I did read it, and it is interesting that her timeline seems to be vanishing, which is why we keep receipts. This is why we keep receipts. But they have, for whatever reason, they have systematically gone to the people that wrote the tweets, right? And the people who wrote the articles and or the newspaper magazines that published those articles, and they're trying to eliminate the whole storyline about Rose, Kate, Rock Savage, David Rock Savage, and of course Prince William. They are trying to completely eliminate that part of it. And so there are some rather generic quotes about Rose in some articles that they have just removed. Not the entire article, just portions about Rose. And in some cases, the entire article, but not all of it seems that bad, which just goes to show how desperate they are. And that only makes you look guilty. That desperation is what makes you look guilty. So, yeah, do with that information what you will, but it seems rather suspect to me. Okay. All right, I'm going to move on then. I love her. I just love her. Do you guys know who that is? Anybody? Do you recognize her? I've always thought she was like absolutely beautiful. Yes, absolutely. It is Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. You're a wonder, Wonder Woman. What would the world do without you and the powers you possess? Now, what she was doing on Capitol Hill, I don't know. But yes, she is a Wonder Woman. It's hard to believe that she and Camilla are about the same age. It really is. She and Camilla are about the same age. How is that possible? How is that possible? Two-time Invictus Game competitor Lieutenant Commander James Rogers says that next year's games will be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for athletes heading out to the games in Vancouver, Whistler, 2025. Isn't that interesting? Wasn't Wonder Woman's boyfriend, wasn't her boyfriend named Roger? Or am I thinking Captain Rogers, Captain America? Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Oh, well. Let me play this one for you. Okay, it's buffering. It's buffering. Oh, come on, Captain Rogers. Commander Rogers?
Commander James Rogers. I'm a marine engineer submariner, but I also was.
Okay, that's not working out for me. Let me try that one more time. Captain or Commander Rogers. Try this one more time. If it doesn't work out, I give.
At the Invictus Games in The Hague and also the Invictus Games Dusseldorf last year, where I was really fortunate to be team captain.
So tell us about how you got involved in the Invictus Games and why.
So the Invictus Games first came on my radar back when I was in hospital, when I was first going through the initial diagnosis and treatment. At the time, the applications for Sydney came out. I wasn't really in a great place at that point, and it's something I kind of dismissed at the time. Fast forward a few years, and then the applications for The Hague came out. Initially, I didn't kind of dismissed it and didn't think that it was really something for me, but was encouraged by friends and family to go forward and just have a look at it. And here I am now, having competed in 2 games. What a great experience it's been to be part of.
And how has the Invictus Game Foundation and the games itself aided your recovery?
So the Invictus Games has been really been a really positive impact on my recovery. Primarily giving me a focus to be able to do the much needed exercise and fitness that I need to do to keep my condition at bay. But also it's given me that community, that family, that team that's been there to support me throughout. I've gained so much more confidence being part of this family, part of this team. That's just been able to help me and give me a positive outlook on how I can manage my condition and how I can continue to serve.
So we're here at a snow slope today because next year there's going to be a hybrid summer-winter games out in Canada next year. And so there's going to be many competitors who are going there for the first time. What advice would you give to them?
So best bit of advice would be go out there and enjoy it. It's going to be a potentially once in a lifetime experience. You're going to be overwhelmed by the sense of belonging, the sense of community, and it's just such an inspirational event to go out to. So soak up every single minute of it. Obviously, go out there as Team UK. We've got to go out there and we've got to perform at our best. Remember your goals all the way through as well. That's really important. This is part of your recovery journey, and therefore we need to keep that in mind all the way through.
Okay, so as he said, I was at a very, very low point when I heard about the Invictus Games. Didn't know much about it. He dismissed it. And now I think Whistler, Vancouver will be his third time competing, which again lets you know that Harry was really onto something with the Invictus Games. And it just gets bigger every year. And it's a testament to the fact that Harry had a calling. There's no other way to put it. He had a calling. And he listened. It was how they say it. It wasn't the appointed time, it was the anointed time, right? He had a calling. And this was his life's work. This is his mission. And of course, the other thing is fighting the tabloids. And of course, we can't overlook, family, children, and such. But he had several things that he has been called upon to do. And this just is the most, famous, most visible. The court thing, not enough people know about it, because if more people knew about what the tabloid media has been up to all these years, there might be more outrage. So yeah, again, every day I am more impressed with Harry than I was the day before. Every day. Okay. By the way, I tried to shut down the Patreon. Do you know it's not that easy to do it? Now, as far as I know, I think I froze the Patreon. So if you still have a Patreon account, please move over to the YouTube. What do you call it? The YouTube membership, because I don't really like the Patreon. I don't do anything with it. But yeah, if you could do that. But I see a lot of people had already left. And so I don't know how you shut the thing down. It will give you the opportunity to freeze the account, which means it won't collect from anyone. And I'm not even sure I did that right. So, boy, I tell you, they don't like to let you go. They do not like to let you go. Remember the AOL account, how you could not seem to close that account down? Oh, I had an AOL. Okay. Oh, yes. I like this. I'm going to share this one with you too. Let me see. What else do I have left? I still have a few things. I got about maybe 6 or 7 slides after this. But let me play this one for you. Let me see. Uh, uh, okay. All right, let me do this. I didn't realize I had so many sound bites for you. Ooh, nobody knows. Okay. Don't go breaking my heart. I won't go breaking your heart. Don't go breaking mine. I won't go. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Oh, I know where it is. It's right here. It is right here. It's short. It's short.
Along the way, Harry was
Is this thing buffering too? Okay.
collateral damage in terms of thrown under the bus. Along the way, Harry was collateral damage in terms of thrown under the bus with stories. And, when you think about it, Camilla is, nobody says it, but in terms that you could have been seen as the wicked stepmother.
Yeah,
And-
well, he
and you
almost
can't
said that in
claim-
his book. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
and you can't blame. But of course, for Charles, that's unforgivable because Camilla is non-negotiable. I mean, she's queen for God's sake. When even the proper queen didn't want her to be. She wanted her to be queen consort, and Charles has overruled all of that.
Yeah, anyone
not a
comes
good
through.
look.
Anyone comes for Camilla. That's where Charles, I think,
For some,
goes
yeah.
nuclear, goes
Yeah.
postal.
Well, you can say that again. You can say that again. She wasn't supposed to be queen, but Charles did it anyway. So that brings me to the last part of today. You all do realize that Camilla has been picking them off one by one. She has been picking them off one by one. Yep. She has been eliminating everyone. The Sussexes, gone. Kate, gone. Anne, gone. You next, girl. You next. You are next. Yes, girl, you are next. You best believe your days are numbered. Camilla has been picking them off one by one. I think the only reason why William is still around is because they have become as thick as thieves. But otherwise, Camilla has been picking them off one by one. Didn't dawn on me until today. I kept thinking, Princess Anne, why is that weird to me? Because remember, Princess Anne told her off that time. When Princess Anne said in mixed company, according to reports. And let me see, who said that? That was Emmanuel, the one who was so shady to Meghan that designed Princess Diana's wedding dress. He said that. So I think she's been picking them off one by one. I don't know what the end game is, but whatever it is, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. She is still, I don't know if it's the beginning of the end or the end of the beginning, but she's not done yet. So all I can say to Ford Fiesta is you better get her before she gets you. That's why it took so long to get that title. That's probably Camilla's doing. One after the other. I don't know how she got Kate out of there, especially with what's her name? Kate's mama, Carol Middleton. I thought Carol Middleton was a bit ambitious, but I'm telling you, nobody can what do you call it? Keep up with Camilla. No, they don't, do they? Maybe this is why she's been trying to get closer to William, hoping that that will secure her place. Um, I I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand what the goal is long term. I don't get what the goal is. But I do think that I think part of Kate's problem is not only William. I promise you, I think it has something to do with Camilla. I just think it does. It has her hoof prints all over it. It has her hoof prints all over it. I mean, Anne is gone. Until further notice, there will be no Princess Anne. Now that is a coup. However it happened. So I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can say is I don't know. Long term, I'm not sure what's supposed to happen. I mean, I know it's not possible to make a position for her children. I think that the public would really freak out about that. And see, they sold us on this idea that Camilla was a bit shaken, that she felt nervous around Harry because the way Harry stares at her. I think the thing is the way that um, Princess Anne was giving her the once over, because Princess Anne, in all likelihood, has never curtsied to Camilla and probably never will. I don't think she ever has, and I don't think she ever will. And maybe that bothered Camilla. It's hard to say what's at play. Really is hard to say what's at play, because I don't know what the possible or probable end game is. Oliver girl, I kind of felt that too. I kind of felt that too, that she is trying to gain for her family what they feel is rightfully theirs, all the way back to her great grandmother or great great grandmother. That's what it seems like, because they said Charles, okay, they said that, who was it, George the Fifth? Who was the one that Edith Keppel, whatever? Anyway, they said that she was gifted, Edith was gifted a lot of jewelry, and that over the years, the family had to sell it because they needed the money. And they said that Charles had gone around shopping for the jewelry that belonged to Camilla's great great grandmother, right? That he was trying to get that back for her. So it does seem to me as though there may be some of that. What was it? Gother, Saxe Coburg, Gotha. Might have been some of that Saxe Coburg Gotha in the family tree on Camilla's side. And maybe they feel as though they were always owed a certain level of respect and a certain amount of financial compensation. And it seems like, was it Edward the Seventh? Edward the Seventh. Okay. Yeah, it just seems like they're trying to get what's theirs. Edward the Sixth. Oh, okay, Edward the Sixth. Thank you. Or was it Katie the Fifth? Right? Katie the Fifth. I'm just kidding. YM Droid says, in game, Chucky turns Queen Pony into a vampire before he retires to the shadows, ensuring she will be able to ride into the apocalypse. William wants a spot. That is quite an imagination you have. Thank you for that. And thank you for the super sticker. Oh. So you think Camilla may have lied about something in order to get close to the crown? That it all might be a big lie, huh? That's interesting. Jeanette says everyone is dying off and Camilla wants to make sure she has complete control after all. After it all happens and the dust has settled. Okay, so thank you very much for that. Oh no, it was Edward the Seventh. Edward the Sixth was a child. My bad. Oh, okay. Okay, so the Queen's uncle was Edward the Eighth. Okay. And George the Sixth was the one with the royal patent. Okay. Oh, I see. The Queen Mother would not allow their marriage. It was thought they may be related. She is definitely wreaking, that is, havoc on the Windsors. Yeah, she's a jinx. She is an absolute jinx. And it's so much easier for Camilla to do these things because they got everybody looking at Meghan as though Meghan is somehow the infiltrator, right? Is as though Meghan is the one who has caused all this hardship, when every day since Charles and our beloved Princess Diana were married, every day Camilla has been somewhere in the background. It's always been Camilla bringing bad luck on the institution. They blamed Diana. They blamed Meghan. And the person that they should be blaming something, Andrew, they never say anything. But Camilla, think about it. The institution being at risk, all of it is because of Camilla. Charles and Diana, Camilla. And of course, Harry and Meghan leaving, Camilla. Camilla is the one who recruited that, what was his name? Mark Boland, the one who was trying to remake her image or whatever. She was the one that recruited him. Charles paid the money, but it was because of her that Charles, it was the both of them, but it's because of the relationship with Camilla that Charles had to try to rebuild his reputation in the first place. So the whole string of bad things, the bad luck, the evil eye, it all comes from Camilla. It all originates from Camilla. I'm convinced of that. Camilla is a jinx. She's bad luck. She is bad luck. And she has brought nothing but disaster to that family. And they're always blaming other people. and always looking past her. Yep, they're always looking past her. You know, Charles and Diana may have had their differences regardless of Camilla. However, wasn't Camilla part of the team that was looking for someone to exploit, allegedly? Connie Bomber! Hey, Connie Bomber. Yeah, it's always been Camilla. She is the source of all of the trouble. She really is. You can draw a line right back to her. When they say that this has been the worst day or the worst, well, this is like the worst it's ever been for the monarchy, it started with Camilla. Oh, yeah, that's right. Don't forget that both Anne and Camilla were after Parker Bowles, and Camilla got him. Ooh, yeah. Yes, thank you. Yes. That is something to think about. Uh-huh. Right out of the Bible, huh? Where did I see that at? Somebody just invoked the name Jezebel. You know, I don't want to be sexist and just blame the woman, but it's because, I mean, Charles was inevitable, but it is because of Camilla's chokehold on I'm telling you, she is bad luck. She's bad luck. I mean, it was because of Camilla. Okay, listen. I'm not even articulating myself well, but listen. Harry said that he was sacrificed at Camilla's altar, right? To help recover or reform her public image. And because of all of the dirty stuff, all of the leaks and everything, because William wasn't always the source of leaks. Camilla had been leaking on Harry long before he and William fell out forever. And possibly the whole idea that, and I'm just thinking about this, I'm going to run it up the flagpole. Maybe it has been that Camilla has been a constant voice of negativity against Harry when it comes to William. Maybe she's always been nudging and okay, listen. Oh, I just thought about this. Camilla's son was William's best friend at one time, especially when William couldn't get enough baking soda. So don't you get the idea that whatever William said to her big head son, he went right back and told her. He went right back and told her. William and that beast of a son of hers, they were very close. I'm telling you, this person right here is responsible for every terrible thing that has happened in that family since 1981. Every terrible thing is because of her. She has been pulling the strings for over 40 years, and she's still doing it. And everything, I do mean everything, has gone her way. Without failure, everything has gone her way. Except the makeover. There's not a makeover in this world that could help her. But everything has gone her way. She wanted Diana out the way, gone. She wanted Harry out the way, gone. The only one that she probably hasn't successfully dealt with was William. Although when he got his skull fractured, I'd be interested to know who was swinging the golf club. I do believe it was another child. I don't think they ever identified that person. But every stroke of misfortune goes right back to that beast on the screen, that hooved beast that we read about from biblical times, that oxen. Oh, I'm telling you. That everything goes back to Camilla. Lock, stock, and barrel. Everything. She has been nothing but bad luck. And she fought and clawed her way to the throne. And if it didn't get weird enough, she did the Mondri Day, that Mondri Day or whatever that is. That's only for the sovereign, right? And at the very least, the regent, she did that. She's not a regent. She led the Commonwealth ceremony. That's for the sovereign, not for her. And what else did she do? And she just did a speech for the remembrance or whatever the heck that was, the D-Day thing. She's been everywhere doing stuff that she's not supposed to do. And essentially has gotten away with it. She has the press on her side. There was a time when they said the worst possible things. Now she carries them around in her bra. If you look down, that's why all of her dresses got zippers on the front. That's why all of her dresses have zippers on the front, because she's carrying the press around in her cleavage. Just like a kangaroo, they just, when she walks in, they just jump in there. They just jump in there head first. Yep, that's why all the zippers. Now it makes sense. Oh, well, you guys, listen, long as the Sussexes are out of reach for now, that's all I care about. That's all I care about. Until we find a proper exorcist, I guess we just have to deal with her. Let's see. Well, I mean, if they do jump in, that means that they're really around her waist and oh, okay. Anyway, I think I've said enough. I am done. Let me see here. Oh, well, let's see. 1, 2, 3. There's 3. So Kate, the Queen, Princess Anne. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, like I said, she picking them off one by one. And don't forget the way she was looking at George. Well, and not pictured, of course, Harry and Meghan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 people that she's gotten rid of. 5. Who's next? Hi, Helen. Good morning to you, too. Okay, so I'm going to go. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We've already had our last word, of course. And let's see here. Scary, scary, scary. All right. Thank you, Mod Squad, for keeping this a safe space. And of course, whenever you see our queens, it's time to go. You know what I mean? Well, today is the day, the ESPY Awards, you guys. Pray for the Sussexes. Pray for Harry. We don't know if Meghan is going to show up for sure, but I'm guessing she'll be there. We won't know until we know. So, yeah, we'll find out. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to cue the Ginger Avenger, and I will see you all tomorrow. Remember, I have not altered these photos in any way whatsoever.
We either love to be on one side or your family, a really polarising subject that we either love to be on one side or the other of. And I think it's really unfair for us to make decisions about what they should be doing and whether they should be coming back. They're a family. If they want them to come back and they decide to spend time with their grandma, then they should do. And the idea that you're calling it could be a distraction and Prince Charles is worried. Well, the distraction proves that beside the Queen, Harry and Meghan are the most popular royals. And so basically, well,
I think they're the most
you only need to look at
controversial.
today's front pages and the whole weekend to see that Harry and Meghan, if they can splash a picture of Harry and Meghan anywhere with a headline, they will do it. So I'm a producer and I have also worked for Netflix. So I will say this to you. We all say that Harry and Meghan want their privacy, but they want to be in the public eye. They just didn't want to be bullied, abused and harassed by the press. They didn't say that they were never going to come out again and do things on their own terms.
No, they are for privacy.
Shining a light on the Invictus Games, heroes and veterans who should have a light shone on them.
You cannot be a royal and get rich, and Prince Andrew's tried to do that, and it's disastrous. At least they've said we divorce the royal family and we'll get rich separately.
Are you really holding them to different standards than the rest of the royal family? Because we have a whole list that we could bring up of Fergie, Andrew and all the rest of them who have tried to use their royal connections to get meetings and business deals for people outside of this country with our government, that you're holding them to completely different standards.
Let's have some calls.
People love them. They're popular.
That's very interesting, yeah.